hell are disenfranchised people that they kind of cast out. There's this element of sorting, and people genuinely seem to be dying and then they go to heaven or hell. So there's some actual component that kind of complicates it. But in the end of the day, thematically, I feel like what the show's going for is the kind of privileged people in heaven and those without power in hell and how they respond. And I really like this direction that we went in. And I guess that brings me to my analysis of Sarah, who I'm very interested in for next season.
I'm so interested in her. I want to see more.
here's my Sarah theory / my take. Tell me if you agree. I think Sarah is evil. I think she's just evil. I think she's the big bad. I think she's she presents herself as a reluctant leader who has to make a decision to commit terrible violence in episode 6. I feel like, to me, this is just so reminiscent of leaders in our world who present themselves as these reluctant people. Oh, think of every single United States president. Oh, we to protect our people, we have to send a drone and kill all these people.
She's manufacturing a threat that doesn't exist.
I think so. Think of insert current genocide and leader of that genocide and their rhetoric. It's all the same. Sarah's so reminiscent, I believe intentionally on the show's part, of these people. And she paints it as oh, Adam, you presented me with this decision, and I reluctantly went along with it. I guess my theory is that Adam is like a patsy, and she wanted to do this purging of hell all along.
Yeah. And it's, especially because at no point, especially including in the beginning, has there ever been talk of hell trying to raise an army against heaven. They
allude to oh, they were going to rise up against us. I don't know how real that is. That could be a manufactured threat from Sarah.
Yeah, and that's what I guess I'm getting at is that they're saying it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's true. And the fact that she didn't want anyone else to know about the executions speaks so much about her intentions with all of this.
Big red flag.
Huge red flag, because she didn't want anyone else to know about it.
Even her fellow, if Sarah's God, even her co-God, she didn't want to know about this. Yeah.
Yeah. Her whatever, apprentice or whatever Emily is to her. And so she didn't want anyone to know about that. And it's not like it's one, because even with Lucifer, he never he started with wanting to do something better for everybody, for all of the souls, and they cast him out. But at no point has Lucifer ever said anything along the line, because if anyone was going to try and raise an army against hell,
he definitely hasn't.
He would have tried to have done it already, wouldn't you think?
It's a good point that I don't know if we see any proof of this supposed army rising up.
Yeah,
again, very reminiscent of real world things.
And even with Charlie going to Cannibal Town, she had to convince those people to fight against the angels. I mean,
that's another good evidence too. Yeah, they weren't innately bloodthirsty to the angels.
They never, not a single person, soul, whatever, demon in hell has ever talked about rising up against heaven. Not even the V's. The V's talked about ruling hell.
V's want to rule hell. Yeah, I agree.
But no one has ever said anything about wanting to rise up against heaven.
Unless this is Alistair's ultimate intentions, which are vague. That could be a thing. But I like where you're going with this for sure.
Yeah. So again, it's very much a manufactured threat that she's presented. And why wouldn't she give that, present that to Adam, use him as a patsy to be in charge of this? She gets to kind of wash her hands of the situation until she doesn't, obviously. And
she wants to look good to Emily, to her people. Yeah. I agree.
So I think it's all just she could be a true evil, and that would be a very interesting way, because isn't that what most villains are? Is they're trying to shape the world into what they believe is right. So I guess in her mind,
that's good. That's good analysis. And isn't that what the heaven and hell system is, shaping the world into what you think someone constitutes going to heaven?
Yeah. and then I guess like in her most perfect world, like hell, according to the mythology that they gave us at the beginning of the show, hell didn't even exist until they had to cast Lucifer out.
Yeah,
So
that's true. There was no concept of people sinning until they created one.
Until they created it. So that must have happened. So was she like in charge of that?
Until Lucifer introduced free will, I guess, also. That's another component.
Yeah, because he introduced free will, and she was like, "Nah, fam, we can't have that."
Yeah, not great. I'll say all this being said, Sarah, really interesting character to me. I'm not saying I hate her as a character. I think she's for a character who's been in like an episode and a scene, fascinating character. So
yeah. Like I want to see what we do with her
for sure.
And then in comparison with Emily, because
and the fact that Emily seems so genuinely purely good despite also being a powerful figure. That's a really interesting take. Mm-hmm. Although you could argue how much power does she truly have if she didn't even know about the extermination.
Yeah.
So I would love to see Charlie and Emily team up again in the future. I think that was great in episode 6.
Yeah. And there's a lot of similarities between Emily and Charlie too.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. Any romantic competition to Vaggie with Emily?
I don't want competition. I just want a 3-way. Like, can we have the throuple? Because
throuple. Okay.
Look, no competition. I'm not here to pit anybody.
Did you interpret? Did you see Emily and Charlie? You ever think of that before I mentioned it?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
I was like, ooh, I love this, like this dynamic. And then I was like, but it could be more. We could have the throuple.
Look, we didn't get our throuple in Ladybug, so let's get it in the show.
Yeah, give me the throuple.
Emily, another fascinating character. She was really likable. I wanted the other part, Sarah's evil. And by the way, I don't know if the show's saying anyone is truly evil or anything. It's just...
And now it's closed.
Obviously probably worked for Validus.
Yeah.
He must have been friends.
Mm-hmm. I must have been friends with some of the owners there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, and Chicken Guy's good. You just got to get in line.
Oh, God, yes.
So,
plenty of line.
Oh, yeah. So, all right. Mickey and Minnie to greet guests together for the first time in Halloween costumes at Town Square Theater.
Very cool.
Yeah. Mickey and Minnie are teaming up for a meet and greet in Halloween costumes at the 2025 Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Magic Kingdom. This marks the first time in years the iconic duo will greet guests together during the event, and they'll be appearing at Town Square Theater. Guests can also look forward to trick or treating, exclusive Halloween entertainment, and other special character appearances throughout the party. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned for the full character lineup, and spooky surprises are on the way.
Yeah. So the party's a great place to do that, have Mickey and Minnie together. I feel like you should have Donald and Daisy together, maybe Pluto and Goofy. There should be some other pairings like Belle and the Bees, blah, blah, blah. Because the party is a good place to do these kind of things. And the other thing, too, is you're going to, when you get there and you get your map, they're going to have on the map all the places where you can find the characters, but they're not going to tell you what characters are in which place. So if you're looking for a specific character, you're not going to know where the hell to go.
You're just going to have to go around the park.
Well, no, you can go to guest services and hopefully, somebody there can actually tell you, because they do have an actual list of where they are, what characters are in what places. So if you are looking for a specific character, go to guest services as soon as you get to the park and find out what characters are going to be in what places. If they won't give you their version of the map, ask them if you could take a picture of it. That's what we did. And we took a picture of it and then left and went on our merry way. So that's my tip for the Halloween party. And same thing for Christmas. You can do that at the Christmas party too. Fantastic Four, the movie, is getting a little add to Disneyland. They're doing what they're calling First Steps Nighttime Projection Show at Disneyland. This is a new nighttime show alert. It's not really a show, more of a projection thingy. To celebrate Marvel Studios, the Fantastic Four First Steps Space Mountain is now home to a limited time projection show running nightly through September 21st, 2025. So Space Mountain will light up with the Fantastic Four signature blue and white, and then visuals include their spaceship soaring through space and a fiery four logos for the Human Torch. So they're actually projecting on the outside of Space Mountain, which is very cool. I saw some video of it, and I'm like, oh man, that is a perfect place for a projection show. Huh? Look at that.
It's got the right canvas.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's not on the daily schedule, but it does play multiple times each evening. You also can meet the characters from the Fantastic Four, including their sidekick